Dick and Boonies podcast. Richard, come together again. We're all about the leather and the tasty gems. We would like to invite you in the silly minds we live in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Dick and Boonies podcast. My name is Dick Tits.
And I am Boonie.
Shits.
Thank you.
Cambadoonies from the Booney.
From the loony shit Boonie.
Dude, loony toony boony
dick.
tick tits. What is the worst injury you've ever had in your whole life? Because I was thinking about this because I cut my finger. We'll get into it, and it's really bad. Not really, but it's bad. What's the worst thing that's ever happened? I know you broke your arm.
So I'm juggling like four things. I broke my arm when I was 5, but it was so long ago that I don't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
5.
I'm not like still like I broke my fucking arm when I was 5. Like
32 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Do you remember it though?
Shitty. I do.
You remember it vividly?
Yep.
At 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was traumatic, so you remember the traumatic things,
No,
right?
I remember
what
everything
happened.
said, what I was wearing.
No.
Yeah.
Suspendies? And a bow tie? What were you wearing, dude?
I was wearing undies.
Just undies?
And a Crocodile Dundee shirt. Right?
Crocodile undies.
Like Crocodile Dundees and undies, bitch. So, yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I also lost my virginity when I was 5, so...
Dude.
Because of that.
Yeah. So a Crocodile Dundee shirt and
yeah,
just
like the movie cover.
Yes.
Yeah, of Paul.
Was he holding a knife? He's like, it's a knife.
Yeah, it's like a knife or like a gator, next to him.
Or he's holding a gator
Or he was just
head.
like in the bushes, like standing there like
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
Because he had treasure, Paul Hogan.
He liked Bowie knives.
Oh, yeah.
Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It started
your trajectory into Australian films.
We went to...
You're a big Australian films
and
guy.
knife collecting.
And that's true.
Yeah.
You are a big knife collector.
I got some stuff.
It's a little intimidating.
Nah.
Not for me, but if anyone breaks in.
Don't do it.
Yeah, because if that's out there, what's in the...
Because I don't want to fucking stab you.
I know you don't, dude.
You know? Because when you
wanna.
get to that point where it's like, this is going to be gnarly.
And you're like, this is what it feels like.
Yeah, totally.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
For sure.
I
That
do.
would suck.
Yeah, but I like to bite washcloths. And so I wonder if it's the same sensation. Like, I would like to bite a piece of raw meat.
Oh, yeah,
Just to feel it.
Like that fucking dude.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh,
bro.
fuck. That's hard to watch, kind of.
You're talking
chicken one.
The chicken guy.
Ugh.
For those of you who are on TikTok, you've probably seen this fucking guy, this fucking savage who just eats raw chicken. He'll eat. There's another guy who eats raw livers. Dude.
Which I would still do before a raw chicken.
Yeah, raw chicken.
And he just breaks the fucking whole chicken down and just like grabs the... Mm-hmm. And I think the way he grabs it and just bites it like an apple...
is disgusting.
Fucking gross.
It's disgusting.
It kind of gets me a little
gaggy?
Yeah, a little salivy.
Here?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So you were 5. Well, how did you break your arm when you were 5? I don't remember.
So we went and saw like Barnum and Bailey, like some circus act shit at like the Coliseum probably.
Yeah, like the last year it was around.
Yeah, and it was like a bunch of acrobatic shit. So we get home, it's my brother and me and my dad and my grandpa. My grandpa and my dad are sitting at the coffee table in the living room at my parents playing cribbage. Cribbage board.
For real board?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the dominoes and the dingy-dingies and the whatever. And then
dominoes.
Chris is off doing something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was landing, and I had a koosh ball, dude.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, so I was landing, I was doing these like toss in the air, flip, catch things, like just on the floor in the living room in front of my dad and grandpa. You know? They're like, all right, this is cool. We're doing our thing.
He's over there flipping around.
Yeah,
dude,
he's happy.
with the koosh ball.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
But I was doing some wicked combos. And,
I'll bet.
And I got airborne, dude, and landed fucking on my arm and both bones.
Yeah.
So crooked.
Yep.
Like Taylor did one time. And so it was the loudest fucking snap.
Did your dad look over and...
My dad goes, no! Just stands up and yells no at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
And that was scary. Like, oh, this is fucked.
Yeah.
Because he's huge when you're 5. He's huge.
He's always huge, but yeah.
So, dude.
Even more huge.
And my grandpa goes, well, that's broken. just calm as a cucumber. Just like, yeah, that's broken. Because they've seen shit.
Yeah.
And they scoop me up, drive me to Scottsdale Osborne.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That was there?
Yep. That's where we went.
Nice.
And they had to like cut my shirt off of me.
Oh, damn,
Yeah,
dude. Comes back to
yeah.
the shirt.
So brutal. Yeah. So they had to cut my fucking Dundies.
Dude, the Dundies.
And my undies.
And did they have to cut your undies?
No, I don't think they did.
They started at your undies and just kept going. Through your undies. Yeah. Opened you up. For your arm.
I remember the scissors they used even. You know, those kind of angled.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So remember that vividly.
Yeah.
And then they go to like gas me.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was putting up a bullshit.
Oh.
Like I was putting up a good fight.
Yeah, I bet.
It took them a few guys
to
like hold me down and do it. And then when I submitted, I was out. And then
did they do the surgery right, or did they set it?
they set it while I was still awake.
Yeah,
Buddy.
they just numb you up.
Yeah, they numbed me up and they set it. And I remember the dude, he was this big dude with a beard,
the worst
and he
part.
came in and just like gently grabbed my arm and then just fucking,
Yeah.
you know? And then it was like they gassed me and then they did the cast and then they gassed me, they cast me, they,
They did it all.
they did it all.
He had a fucking leftover beard from the 70s, man.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
And it was
Kind of
my right arm.
Mm,
So, you know,
that's good.
it's my strong hand.
That's your strong hand.
So, out of commish, cast, first thing, itchy.
Oh yeah,
Pencil.
yeah.
Pencil,
Itchy, itchy, got ja, cha, cha.
Break it off.
metal piece from the eraser stuck in
Stuck
there
in
for
there.
3 months.
And it corroded. Probably did it turn into a
it
diamond?
left a good imprint.
Did it?
For a while, like a long time. It left like a scar. Or
I would
whatever.
get like mold under my cast.
How itchy, bro.
It would like get moldy under it.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
You gotta put a bag over that thing.
Perspire a lot of your out of your arm.
Yeah. I remember.
So that wasn't the worst?
But let me finish because this is
Yeah.
really bitching. My
Let's-
grandmother,
Bitchin', dude.
they saved my shirt. And my grandmother
Yeah,
cut the picture out
Yep.
and re-sewed it back onto another white shirt. And I got my Dundee back.
Dude, grannies are the shit, dude.
Seriously.
They
'Cause-
that's their fucking thing.
yeah,
dude.
for the first part of my life, the clothes I wore were clothes she made. Like all that fabric with like the fucking fluorescent zigzags and shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. So, you know, they had my back.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it was.
And your front.
And I don't think that was the worst. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme, that was the worst. But like, I don't know. What do you got? Because I got others, but
But what are some other like major ones that you've had? Have you had any like bad cuts?
yeah, I stabbed my leg like Ace Ventura.
Oh
dude.
yeah, that's right.
I was running with a stick at the McCrary's, and I tripped over a berm, and a stick went into my thigh that was this long. So I literally started screaming, "I've been stabbed! I've been stabbed!" And then Jesse Rotner had to carry me home.
Ah, Jessica Rotner.
And then her dad butterflied it. And then I went in and they pulled rocks out of it and like a long
Oh, wow.
thorn. So that was gnarly because you could see like the flesh. It was like a flesh wound.
And you're the type of kid who will look right at it, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that scar. You've had it forever
Oh, yeah.
since I've known you. But
So that sucked. That was bad. Like, that was a stab.
You're like, don't just stand there.
Throw me a spear.
Throw me a
Another one.
spear to get this one out.
It was serious. So every time when I saw that movie, saw that part for the first time, I was
I
like,
get it. On the nose.
yep.
That's
got
how
it.
I was.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
So that was bad.
That's a bad.
Yeah, that's probably my worst.
Okay. Well, I cut the tip of my finger.
You've like off?
No,
You deformed?
dude. No. I really thought things had gone bad because I got a good crust on that tri-tip. This weekend, we cooked that tri-tip, and I got that good crust because Gordon's fucking grill was Mac fucking 10. You know what I mean? It was hot
Do
as
you get like
shit.
a new grill and it's fucking
No,
just the tits?
he had a full charcoal what do they call it? Chimney. You know the chimneys, the
Yeah.
chimney starters?
Yeah.
So we got that full. And I think we let it go a little long because the coals, when we dumped them out, they just didn't cover the whole surface area that I wanted.
They were a little smaller.
And so I was like, go grab some more, and we just sprinkled more on top. Once that got ignited, whoa, we were at 1,000 degrees.
So Gordon's rocking a Webby.
Yeah, he's got a Webby with one
For
of those.
sure, that makes total sense.
One of those starters.
Oh shit.
So it's got a flame that comes right up the middle. It's the shit, dude. Just you don't have to. It's awesome. You don't need any fluids, nothing, dude. It just fucking ignites that shit. And we always use big chunk.
The big old fucking chunk charcoal.
The chunk charcoal, dude. Like the natural fucking mesquite.
Shit! I've always wondered how those
Shit's
go.
good.
Where do you get that at?
You can
Grocery
get it.
store.
Yeah, you can pretty much get it anywhere. The thing is, though, it is so natural that if it was up to me, my brother and my dad are usually the ones who start it up. I'm usually like in the kitchen, like prepping and all this stuff. Some of the chunks, dude, are like straight logs. Like,
The wood.
just too big. I'm like,
yeah,
can we
yeah.
just break this up a little bit? Like, you have this section over here. It's like all these crumbies, and then just a giant fucking log.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's too much. So we had a couple of logs in there. Anyways, it was just so hot, but it increases the crust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had a thick crust. I get through the first two. Well, first of all, the crust was so thick I couldn't get through it with a regular slicing knife, non-serrated slicing
You
knife.
had to get that saw out.
Dude, I had to get the saw.
that block.
Dude, I had to get that block.
So how many tries did you do?
We did 4 tries. There was one that was I felt a little undercooked, so I didn't think we needed 4. I thought we needed 3, but we had 4. So I let that one off to the side because then Gordon can then slice into that like straight roast beef. You
Yeah,
know what I
dude.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then if he wants to reheat it, it'll get to the perfect temp. But it was probably like rare, not raw. You know what I
Right,
mean? It was
yeah.
probably perfect. It was
And
like
just sitting there finishing up on its own.
it's just there. So the other 3 I let rest, for 15 minutes. And all that juice had reconstituted. All the reconstitution juice.
Yeah.
So I tried to cut into the first one, couldn't get it. Chef's knife couldn't get into it. Got the saw out.
Yeah.
The old serrated. And I was working my way through. I got through 2. On the third one, getting about halfway through it, and I sort of take my eyes off it for just a moment, and it slips off the crust.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I don't do this.
The knuckles.
I do it like this. I kind of use my point. I've been
Right, so
doing.
you can use it as a spacer.
Yeah,
where
I've been doing it so long that I don't need all of them. I just need the one. Well, if you are,
so you thought.
so it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it took a good slice, dude. And I went, yeah, and I went, okay, and I was like, and
Instantly just. Yeah.
everyone's just like, huh? And I'm like, I think I cut my finger off. And they're like, no. And so I'm sitting there, and it's pretty deep, and it's into the nail, about a third of the
yeah.
way into the nail, which I fucking hate, dude. Because ever since I was a kid, and I was carving at a fucking summer church camp, I was carving a piece of wood, and I went directly into my thumb. And then it healed, but it was just a flap of fucking nail.
You went like this.
Yes. This was all toast, and it needed to just grow out.
Right.
But I had that flap daddy.
Yeah, which you're catching on your fucking sheets.
Went deep
and
sea
your
fishing.
blankets. Oh yeah.
Caught a barracuda.
Yep.
That wrapped around the fucking nail and ripped it off. Right? But I still reeled it in.
Yeah.
I went to go get my dad, who was in the galley. I think he was puking from seasickness. And come back, they had thrown my barracudas back into the old blue sea.
Oh, didn't
The
make
deep
the
blue.
cut? Did it have the? They didn't have the big old.
I just left it, so somebody was like, "We gotta just fucking throw it in." Nobody claimed.
We don't know whose.
The-
Pocket to put it in.
Guess what I caught it on? Guess what bait I caught it on?
Hot dog.
Mackerel.
Hot dog. Caught it on a hot dog chunk.
did?
I sure as hell did.
That's
Good
what
job,
you
Tay
guys, That's
Tay.
what you guys were using out there.
So we had live bait.
Yeah.
The little minnows
That you
or whatever.
stop and net up and.
Yeah, dude. And my dad's like, you get them right through the nose. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I was like, this is wild, dude.
Yeah.
We are straight piercing this poor little fish
Oh, yeah.
in the nose. And I was
Yeah.
like, and I was like, why do you do that? He's like, because it doesn't kill them. It's like right in the nose.
And they still swim.
And they're still swimming. And I was like, God, that is brutal, dude. And so, yeah, we were out there flicking those little guys. Mine always died fast. For whatever reason. I don't know if I'm just jerking
Yeah,
it a
you're
little,
like the kid with the puppy that just shakes it too much.
and then it dies.
Yeah.
So mine would always float back up to the surface or whatever. And this guy next to me was like, hey, he's like, just try a chunk of hot dog. And I was like,
Can't kill this.
I was like, I shouldn't be talking to you alone, but let's throw it on
You
there.
want some hot dog?
You want a little bit of hot dog? Come over, look over here. Behind the galley. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm just like,
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, let me follow you. And my dad's just like in the galley puking.
Yeah.
And yeah, ripped the nail right. So I don't like any nail issues
Yeah, yeah.
ever. So anyways, dude, I fucking slice and dice right in the old tip. And
Bandaged it up and finished.
bandaged it up, dude. And like, of course, my dad just talks so much shit about me always. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
So
sure.
because this was at like a family party.
Just shaking his head.
My girlfriend was there. Her kids were there. Like, I had a lot of family there. And he's just outside being like, I guarantee this is the worst Richard's ever cut his finger. I'll guarantee it. He's going to come back out here and tell us that it's the worst he's ever cut his fucking finger. And so I come out and I was like, I really fucked up my finger. And everyone's like, oh, you're a fucking douchebag.
Your dad's like,
And I was like, what the fuck? Have you just been out here talking shit about me? And he's like, maybe. Jesus Christ, Dad.
dude, it doesn't end.
Never.
My dad still gives me little,
Yeah,
you
my-
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh god damn it, you know.
Yeah.
But thumb shit or nail shit's fucked up. When I was in Boy Scouts, I was carving a stick,
Dude,
and I just
classic.
went too high, and I shaved off my thumbnail.
You were going downtown,
I was
Charlie
going
Brown.
downtown Charlie Brown, and instead of whittling the stick, I whittled my thumb off. So like a good top of my thumbnail. So it was like my thumbnail had like that hairdo.
Yes,
You
dude,
know,
like a Friar Tuck.
Like a Friar Tuck, dude. And that was fucked because you could see flesh in there and
Yeah,
like
it's so
it's like
red.
this bowl of soup.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude. Oh,
yeah.
oh,
And
and
that's painful.
that's Tinder.
Oh yeah, and when you wrap that gauze up in it, you go to change your dressing,
Dude,
and
it's
the
stuck.
gauze thread sticks to the shit in there, and you gotta.
Gotta get it out.
Oh,
Got it out, dude. The crazy thing is when you wait for a nail to grow out,
takes forever.
dude, it's fucking silly. I feel like I cut my nails every 2 days because they're. But then if I hurt my nail,
Right,
I'm like,
months.
where's that growth? Where's that
Right.
growth at?
Yeah,
It's a lie. It's all a lie.
yeah.
I don't know what's happening with nails.
Well, well, your nail's not working properly because you damaged it.
I think it's just repairing the flesh
Yeah.
underneath. Your body's sending
That's
those
priority.
those signals. The
Yeah.
signals.
But
Damn.
yeah,
Is that priority?
Because dude, that was that worse than when you cut your finger at Dom's house and bled all over the fucking place, dude.
Similar. Similar.
That was a massacre
The
scene.
problem with that one,
It was you were a little tipsy.
I was pretty damn dipped out.
Yeah.
And so my blood was thin. That was the first and only time I've ever been like, I think I'm passing out.
You got to that point.
I lost so much blood
Yeah.
that I was like,
Whole
I'm
counter in the floor.
I was like, dude, I'm fucking dude on a goddamn California pizza kitchen. Come on. But it was a good one. It was one of those chicken garlics.
Yeah.
The chicken garlic pizzas. Mm-hmm. Oh, those are
Because
good.
what's worse? Because is it serrated that's worse, or just that chef knife fucking going through?
Well, initially, I think the pain of a serrated knife is far superior.
Yeah.
Because when you have that sharp knife, dude, it
It just
goes.
goes,
You're almost just like, oh, did that happen? Yes. When you do serrated, you're like, fuck, as it's happening. And
Yeah,
so that's,
right.
yeah. So, but it's almost like it stopped it from going too far or something. Do you know what I mean? Like when you have such a sharp knife, you could just be like, oh, that went all the way to the bone.
Yeah.
All the way to the bone.
Yeah.
The worst I've ever cut my finger was on a slicer.
Oh,
an
yeah.
actual meat slicer. And so we were doing during
Like
Thanksgiving.
a fucking electric.
No, like
or like a deli.
deli
the
meats-
wheel.
The wheel, dude.
Oh, those wheels look so sharp. dude.
Okay, so every year at the catering company that I worked at, we would cook these fucking turkeys in a net. You know what I mean? They deboned everything and then they just fucking throw that thing in a net, to hold all of its pieces together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like, I feel like if it wasn't injected with so much goddamn fucking
GMO.
water and like fucking, I don't know, dude, what's in
Yeah.
it, but it's fucking bananas how much it's full of water. Because when you thaw them out too, dude, those fucking trays are like half full of water too.
Why?
I don't know,
Keeps
dude.
them fresher.
Keeps them fresher, maybe
okay.
maybe juicier to a certain degree. don't really know, but they just fucking. If you've ever seen how it's made when they throw meat into a bag, like a little one of those nets,
No.
it's like it's a bit disturbing. Like anything that flops around in that way, I don't like it. I like things a little more solid.
Yeah, right.
When they put it in a net, it's like the net's like a fucking claw. It's like and opens a net, and it's just like, and then they close up the net, and then it's just like out the fucking on the conveyor down
Times 10,000.
Yes, and so it's just like. Anyways,
Pumping out nets of just turkey meat
yeah,
and skin.
yeah, and skin,
Yeah.
and so we cook like 20 of those for like a party, and then we cook them, like almost all the way, like probably all the way. It ends up getting dry. Because you cook it all the way, and then you put it in the refrigerator to cool down all the way, and then you can slice it
Right.
on the deli slicer. So you get these perfect discs with like with the white meat and then like the dark meat woven in. It's kind of a good idea, but if it's not executed properly, if I has not executed it properly, it turns out a little dry. So what we do is we put them in like 200 pans and then fill it up with like turkey juice.
There. Yeah.
And then you reheat it that way. Is it a great way to do it? Not really, but it's the best way to do it on a massive scale.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you're gonna have dudes on the end carving turkeys, which is like the price goes way up for that because you have to cook it and then send it. Where this, we can cook it a day ahead, or I'm sorry, cook it 2 days ahead, slice it the next day, and then just reheat it slow in the oven. Anyways, I'm sure you guys are super into that.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
So like deli meat, that's like a processed.
Oh yeah.
So it's just cut up real fine and then mashed into this ball, and that's it. Some sort of binding agent in there.
95% of it is that, yes.
Okay.
Every once in a while, you can get like a real bone out ham.
Right.
And in that case, that's just ham.
Yeah, you can get that off the bone ham deli stuff, which is
Every single deli meat is basically a giant hot dog wiener.
Right.
That's all it is. Like the turkey, dude. I don't even want some of those turkey logs we would get.
Yeah.
It's crazy in the deli, like a nice deli. It's just like, what's that? That's a turkey log. What?
Totally, yeah.
Yes, for turkey logs. It's for meaty slicey. You nice a little bit of a little cherry peppers and a meat log. And you're like, whoa, dude, no turkey looks like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we grind it.
Right.
And it's basically just an
all just
emulsification.
processed, yeah.
Now, if it's done well in one of those shops, it's dope as fuck. It's like dope. It's just like a giant fucking sausage. And sausage is delicious.
Yeah.
It's emulsified basically with it's the meat, and then it's emulsified with I can't remember the name of this fucking it's like a chemical, but it's like a natural chemical that you put in. It's like a naturally occurring powdery thing. You sprinkle that in
Gelatin?
with the cold fat. No, it's not gelatin, but it I don't even. You probably could. I don't remember. But then they blend it up really fast, and it has to be super cold because if it's not cold enough, like the meat,
It'll spoil.
It'll turn into like a tacky paste.
Ugh.
You want
Like chicken nuggets at McDonald's that come out in that fucking soft server. This shit's so gnarly, bro.
where it comes out of the pink, or it comes out like
the pink.
It's
Yeah,
the
like
pink-
Ghostbusters too.
Oh yeah. So almost all turkey meats are all meats are tubes of.
Just log.
What do you want?
Olive loaf? Who's that for? Jim Gaffigan say that?
Yeah.
Olive loaf? Who's that for?
Pistachios. You probably like that kind of shit, huh?
Pistachios and what?
In bologna.
No, I've never had that.
I haven't either.
No. I liked the salami with the big peppercorns in it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I don't like biting into a big peppercorn.
No.
Mm-mm.
I like that bit of heat.
You like it? I feel like it's bitter or something. But everyone loves it. I'm weird. I pick them out, dude. Straight up. Straight up, dude.
Oh wow.
Because are you talking about the Oscar Mayer fucking Cotto salami?
Yeah, with the red.
And it's got fucking peppercorns in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go through you pick out the. Okay,
I take a
gotcha.
slice, and then I just fucking
You just plop out. You just
just bing, just
yeah,
get them out of there. I like them, and there's like 5 per slice.
Yeah, but see, I think the void left
Yeah.
would make
Bother
me
you?
feel weird. Yeah.
Do you have that weird phobia of holes?
I don't think so. Like,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like where they photoshopped like knees that are like the bean pod thing, and it's like this is a disorder that people have, and it freaks people out.
Yeah, the holes.
I don't think so.
I don't like it.
No, it's uncomfortable. It's a little uncomfortable.
Like when you're looking at even like a wasp's nest or whatever, like where you can see like the little baby wasp's head sticking out of the holes.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Gotta go away from that, far away. And it makes me not feel good in my tum-tum.
Yeah.
Not a big fan. But I don't think I have the phobia either, obviously, because I'm flicking fucking corns. I mean, I'm flicking, peppercorn.
Yeah.
I'm flicking corns.
I was checking out the white stripes the other day
Okay.
in the chicken.
Oh, yeah. What do we call that?
White stripes?
White stripes, yeah.
Wasn't that it?
That was what it was. You're right.
Yeah. And holy fuck, now that I know about that,
It's a real
it's
deal.
everywhere.
It's a real deal. It's a real deal.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's everywhere.
400% more
Yeah.
fat.
Get the pastrami if that's the case.
Dude, get the fucking brisket. Yeah. We're not losing any weight here.
But I'm like, fuck, yeah.
I love chicken, though, dude.
I know. And there's no, definitely not enough to dissuade me from.
No. I would really love for you and I to just swoop our families up, move out to Alaska, get a homestead.
Yeah.
You and I are like out on our tractors every day, and we just high five as we're just like rolling by on the tractors. And we're like, yeah. And we got our chickens out there, and the kids are chasing beavers and all
And
sorts.
salmon and halibut is.
Just aplenty, just jumping out. We got the salmon wheel. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God. This was so. Have you ever seen that those Alaskan shows on like the Discovery Channel?
Like maybe once or twice.
Oh, I feel like you would love them. They're
like Alaskan bush people and that kind of shit.
Yes, but
or like the catcher, like the fishing show.
no, not that. So it's like between those two. It's actually following people who live in Alaska. Can't remember the name of the show, but they usually follow like 3 or 4 different families per season, right? And there's this one guy who fucking has this like a giant fucking wheel that scoops up salmon. Like,
Oh, just out of the water?
yeah. And because he's feeding his snow dogs, and most of his feed comes from salmon.
Oh, wow.
And so he'll catch like 200 salmon at one time on this fucking wheel.
Lucky dogs.
So, lucky dogs. That's where it
Fucking
came from.
A, dude.
It came from Alaska and the fucking
He's
salmon
lucky
wheel.
dogs.
That's where that saying came from.
God, because they got to keep those dogs
Fed.
fit and fed.
And they live
Yeah.
in their own little bachelor pad, like their own little dog house, and it is just covered in
bitches.
No, snow. They're chained up, dude. They can't
Yeah.
fuck anything unless they're told to. So you think they were cold.
White Fang.
I watched your Squid Game show.
Ah!
Me and Alex watched it all.
Did you watch it all?
Yeah.
And what did you believe about it? How did you feel about it?
I mean,
Come on, Tay. Let's get that rundown.
it was watchable.
Okay.
Did I think it was like the best show I've ever seen? I watched it with the voiceover on, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
what
little silly, but it was good. It was the killing was the most interesting part.
Of course.
So
Of course. Cam, you still got to get on that train,
Yeah, I
right?
do. Yeah.
Got to get on that crazy train.
It's the fucking fastest, biggest moving train
To
on
date.
the planet right now.
To date on Netflix, it's still like trending hard.
Yeah.
And it's
did you
been
watch Chappelle yet?
Yes, I did watch his new special. Have
Yeah,
you
well,
seen
I
it?
saw a couple of clips of
Seen
it.
it a couple times now.
Yeah, I found it very good, and it's so crazy how specifically he talks about different he always has a big chunk like kind of recently about transgender community, right?
Gendies?
The gendos, and like the thing is he even talks specifically about a relationship that he has with a transgender woman comedian, like a very personal relationship. He had her like open up for him in San Francisco, and like opened up for him several times. Talks about this like really meaningful relationship that he had, that he was the way that he talks about it, you can tell how sincerely he cared about this person. She ended up taking her own life. Like at the end, like you find out that she was just getting blasted so hard, and he doesn't on Twitter. He doesn't know if it was necessarily that she was getting blasted so hard on Twitter, or what she was dealing with in her personal life, or whatever. But she ended up taking her own life, and that's sort of where. And he obviously has like lovely punchlines all throughout the bit and all this stuff. Yeah. And I saw something. It was an article where like the headline was like, transgender are outraged over Chappelle's new special, blah blah blah. And I was like,
he's been getting blasted.
And it's just so crazy to me that he goes into such detail about how he is not like transgender phobic.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's a goddamn comedian, and he is so strategic the way that he puts his sentences, that he's fucking worked on this for a year or more, and he has every fucking line down perfectly. He's been completely thoughtful about what he was going to say, and he's in no way bashing the transgender community. Everyone's just so hardcore. People are fucking hardcore these days.
Yeah, you can't.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't.
But if you're fucking Titan like Dave Chappelle,
he doesn't care.
What are you gonna do? And he obviously knew it was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Didn't stop him.
Nope.
'Cause fuck you.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've
very sorry.
He's like, if you can't tell that I'm not transphobic, like if you can't tell at this point I'm not transphobic, and that I just have specific issues with specific things in a very specific way.
Godspeed being upset all the time. Fucking
okay. So one thing about that, Taylor, about that special that so I was watching it, and right in the like when they're doing the shot from behind him, looking out into the crowd, there's these two women. White women sitting in like a very clear view of the TV. And I remember like in the very beginning, they're kind of like, but then he says a couple of things. Like I think there's racial stuff.
And when he's like, I'd have to pretend I love my wife, and everyone like gets awkward. He's like, settle down, motherfuckers. I'm like, it's a joke or whatever. Like,
I don't remember what the jokes were, but it was like probably 10 minutes into his set. And you could see the laughter subside because there's like an older lady, and it looks like maybe her daughter or something. She's like with her daughter.
They had their hair dyed.
Well,
so obvious, yeah. I'm afraid to say what I want to say.
No, but like the laughs were there in the very beginning, and then about 10 minutes in, you could tell that the older woman was starting to fade a little bit, and the daughter was still laughing, but not as hard. And then about like 15 minutes into it, they both started to stop laughing, and the older woman started to have kind of this like scowling looking on her face. And then about 30 minutes into it, the older lady was like, you could see her going like straight up, just like not like nodding her head and being like, fuck this. And then the daughter being like, I can't believe I brought my mom to this fucking show.
And it's that clear, you can tell.
So I'm noticing this, and I'm thinking, of course, other people had to have noticed. Like it's just
it's the biggest meme now about the.
Oh really? I haven't even seen that. The only reason why I know people have seen it is because I was on TikTok, and some guy did like a 60-second thing, like, hey, watch this. You see these ladies right here? And I was like, there it is, dude. Those are the ladies that are very upset. Like, I was like, this sucks, dude. Because at least it confirmed the fact that I mean, we all fucking saw it. And I was almost like, did they do this on purpose? Because the guys in post saw it clear as day. They didn't have to keep cutting to where the lady was like.
No, they saw it and they were like, this is fucking perfect.
I think that was the only wide angle that I saw that they cut to, though.
Yeah, but like, don't you think there were moments where they could have cut to it where they're not scowling? And I'm thinking,
maybe they're scowling the whole time.
Maybe, but I think that it was on purpose to a certain degree to sort of.
I feel like I didn't pay that much attention to him, but I saw him laugh here and there. Like I was watching her clap and laugh at points, and it didn't seem like it was like that early into the, or it seemed like it was later into the thing. But I wasn't paying attention. I had already seen those memes.
Oh yeah.
Like before I had. Seen
I didn't
the
even know this
thing.
existed.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see those. The thing is like they are also like big.
Yeah.
They're big people,
Mm-hmm.
like very big.
Right.
And so they were light in color and very large in a sea of mainly darker color people that were not as large. So it was so fucking noticeable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to me, I was like, instantly I was like, I see these bitches. And this is when they were laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just gets drawn
Right.
to it.
They stood out.
Because you're just looking at the back of Chappelle's head, you
Right.
know? So you're looking at the audience. It's kind of fun to sort of pick people out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even doing it on purpose. It just was like clear as night, clear as day. Damn it!
Yeah, because if you think about it, comedy shows you don't really see the crowd.
Not usually. It was a choice, you know? He
Yeah.
lit up the crowd a little bit so you could see. It was.
They saw that and they were like, "Yeah, this stays.
This is perfect.
These gals are gonna get fucking
rocked.
rocked."
And this is like
And they did.
clear to his point.
Yeah.
This is the kind of shit. It's like, first of all, you know who Dave Chappelle is.
Mm-hmm.
You know enough to where you're going to spend this amount of money to go to his taping, and you're still acting like you're fucking disgusted.
Right.
I don't know,
No.
dude.
No.
I don't ever go to a
can't.
comedy show waiting to be like offended.
No.
I go there with such an open
Of
mind.
course, yeah. You're like, bring it.
Yeah, what crazy thing can you say and spin it in a way that we can laugh at it?
Yeah.
Because death is not inherently funny.
Right.
So many comedians do an excellent job of making fun
Making
of death.
light of it. Yeah.
How
How brilliant is that? How beautiful is that?
fucking Daniel Tosh talks about that guy who gets his fucking head kicked off.
What? I haven't heard it.
Oh my god. Oh, buddy.
And he's good at that too.
So good at that. And he also has that joke where someone was like, it's not funny to talk about rape. And he was like, you dare me? Or I can't remember what the bit was, but he was like, okay, let me figure it out.
Right.
And then he tells a rape joke that was hilarious.
Right.
Anyways,
And how many,
so he basically, I'll tell you what the story is. So the story, and I won't tell you because I don't really remember the bit, but I'll tell you what the story is. So it was a guy at Six Flags, goes on a roller coaster, his hat flies off, right? In this off limits area. Like it's like a gated off area where like the coaster goes down kind of low. So obviously they have to like, if you've seen those coasters, like big coasters, they have sections that are sort of like structured off because like the roller coaster is going right there.
Yeah.
But his hat flew off in that area. And this guy jumped into the enclosure and the roller coaster came and a girl shattered her leg on this guy's head and completely decapitated this guy going to get his hat back. Right? So
That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking wild, right? So think about how brilliant you have to be as a comedian to be able to read that story and then not twist it, but phrase it and
manipulate it,
deliver
put it
it
out,
in a way where not only, I don't remember the punchline parts, but like I remember that story and I remember that it was funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the fucking brilliance.
Yeah, and if you can do that today,
It's nice.
yeah.
Here's the thing, dude. That's all goes back to Chappelle. Chappelle is able to take topics that most people have no business fucking even trying to talk about because if you can't do it well,
Right.
you're gonna fucking
You're going to bomb, and then you're going to really look like an asshole.
And I don't know, dude. If you're really that bad of a comedian, more often than not, you're probably not doing great shows. Maybe
Right.
maybe you're maybe you're doing an open mic or something, and you're
Right.
trying out these really edgy fucking jokes. People will fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They will fuck you up. But also, most of those comedians, they have the ability to say kind of whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They've
right.
been doing it for Chappelle, for how young the dude is, been doing comedy for over 30 fucking years.
So he obviously looks a little older, but like, how old is he?
I think he's
50.
like early 50s. Yeah.
50 something.
He started doing comedy when he was like 14, I think. And he said he was good the very first night he went on. Of course.
Of course.
But I bet he was. You know what I mean? He's like, I've been good at this for fucking 35 years.
He was even good in Nutty Professor.
Yeah, he's great. Dude. What is the jokes he says in there? When he's
like, who's sucking whose titties over here?
Is he wearing a top
Should
hat?
I get him? Yeah, he's like wearing that like
Goofy fucking top hat. That's when he had a high pitched voice.
right.
Chappelle does not have a high pitched
No.
voice at all. Now he talks like this.
Because he's smoking packs a day.
God damn it. He does look like a totally different kind of. He looks like a
Goblin.
He looks like a goblin-esque version of his former self.
Yeah.
My
Like the bad guys in the Mario Brother movie, the real one.
That's kind of like a turtle.
Yes, he does. Because he's also bigger. Like he's
Yeah.
got these big arms.
Yeah, he's like kind of jacked up a little bit.
Hangs super low, and these big shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
His hands are thicker.
Yeah.
That's a,
No, I
Probably
think he,
took that fucking Mexican
Growth hormone?
supplements.
maybe, dude. I think his peak of like, I think cadence, tone, look, everything was,
Chappelle Show.
no, how high,
Half Baked.
half baked. That was like that was, cause that's really when I was turned on.
Yeah, that
to
was when I
him.
first.
And then you start seeing his specials that were around that time. They were so fucking good. Like the one where he's like, "Hey, baby," you know, he's talking about the baby selling crack on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Hey, baby,
I know, just such absurd, funny.
I'm selling crack, motherfuckers.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved those, and obviously like people love his like newest stand up, and they're all good. And they're just more like, I would say, cerebellumous. You know what I mean? They're more thoughtful and thought-provoking and edgy. His shit, when like in the late 90s, early 2000s, was just fucking hilarious setup,
Yeah.
hilarious punchline, destroys on delivery.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now he's so quiet and like he just leans
They're really
over.
thought out. Yeah.
He's talking like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that and I'm like, damn. I do laugh,
It's funny shit.
but I laughed a lot harder in the early fucking
Right.
2000s.
Yeah, it's a lot more animated.
A lot
just
more
like,
animated. And I like goofy comedy, dude.
right.
I mean, I'm a big Chris D'Elia guy.
Yeah.
He's not really.
know.
He's not making you think too much.
Right.
I mean, he's talking about dolphins jumping off of a building. I mean, it's like that's what I want. And he's a lot of
Did he steal that one?
hand movement. I don't even know, dude. Here's a crazy. This goes all back to this. I've said this before. I'll post something about Chris D'Elia, and
Yeah.
I'll have 3 messages of hate, and then 3 people will drop off of my fucking
Oh, really?
followers. Yes,
Jeez, even just for that.
just for that, just being like, I find this funny. Well, this guy is a fucking rapist, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
Right.
He's never said he's raped anyone. He's never said he's had sex with anyone underage.
He raped me.
They just. It's weird that they want to believe that. Like, I don't know.
Feels-
I have a problem with that. Like,
Where it feels good for people to hate.
yeah.
I don't.
Don't you want it to not be true?
I just don't think
Yeah.
he's that. I don't think his stand up's that funny. That's why I don't
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
So, and you know he's not
To each
for
their own.
everybody. Yeah. He's not. He's not everybody's fucking cup.
Do you
of tea.
think Rogan's funny?
No,
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you?
I've only seen one.
He's made me laugh.
I've only
but I
seen
don't think he's
Strange
like a funny
Times.
guy.
He's just.
I've seen Strange Times in like a few clips. Of
Now
other-
Kyle Dunnigan.
Yeah.
I don't even know if his stand up's funny, but
It is.
Is it?
Kyle Dunnigan is
the-
unquestionably just funny.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Rogan's like, he's like trying to. Wow.
No.
Oh wow, that was the spirit of Joe Rogan.
Zoom tight.
Joe, he's everywhere.
He's
dude.
everywhere.
I was getting ready to talk a
he
little
just,
shit.
Yeah, he just
He
fucking
came in.
stopped you.
Dude, testosterone was just floating in the air, got me in the nostrils. Jesus, stopped me in my tracks. No, I'm. There's several comedians out there that honestly have this huge like fan base and the biggest fan base of possible really. Like even like Bert Kreischer, okay? He kind of makes me laugh.
Right.
There's something about him that I don't prefer his stand-up necessarily. He does some stuff in there, whatever, but like
There's a lot of filler that isn't just got you.
and it's like a lot of like Alabama wet wipes, you know, like shit like that. His jokes are like that.
Yeah, for
What,
sure.
you don't know what an Alabama wet wipe is?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, you spit on your hand and you wipe your ass with your hand. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's
Pee-pee,
just
poo-poo.
gross.
Yeah.
He's like, the other night I went into my wife's bedroom and I wiped my asshole on the sheets.
Yeah, right,
I'm
yeah.
like, and everyone's like, bah! And I'm like, okay, dude.
Right.
I like pee-pee poo-poo shit, but like, I don't know. Not as funny to me.
Right.
I don't know. But
Agreed.
I like anime. Like the thing I like about Chris D'Elia is like the way he like moves his body.
Acts shit out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's super fucking like I don't know. He just seems whatever. I just prefer him.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite all the time. But then you have a guy like Louis C.K. who's my favorite comedian of all time. God forbid.
Yeah, which I'm not that big of a fan of.
And he is not animated at all.
Yeah.
He's super
Dry.
fucking dry.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. The things he says make me laugh really
Right.
hard. And I'll be like, that's how I base it. Am I laughing or do I think this is brilliant stand up? Like Chappelle is like number one for brilliant stand up and callbacks and tying jokes in together and seamlessly doing it.
Right.
Yes, I know. Has he practiced?
Yeah, his transitions and just like deliveries are fucking, and then doing that like every night, like it's fucking.
He's just talking to the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah.
You don't
Just
even
a natural.
You
yeah.
don't. He does it so well that you don't even know he's telling jokes.
Right.
He's just It feels off the top of the head.
Right.
Even though he's saying brilliant things, it just has the feel of off the top of the head, which
Yep.
is fucking wild to me.
Makes it funnier.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Because if you even pause for a second and it's noticeable, like
You get a hankering of, or you notice that this was acted out. You've done this in the mirror a fucking million times.
it loses most of its fucking quality.
Yeah.
Even if it's a good joke. Like that's the thing about like Tom Segura. Like you just don't even know that he's telling
Dude,
jokes.
totally fantastic fucking example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys where you're
He's
like,
just standing there going,
yeah. Yeah, and he's all stories.
yeah. And his reaction to his stories is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And whenever he says something really bad, he'll go, and well, like he'll just go, and like, and I told her pussy smelled like fucking fart diarrhea, and he always goes, and
I'll notice that now.
yeah, you'll notice he does it all. He does it on his podcast. He does it on his stand-up routines. His stand-up routines. We're in the 1920s.
You wanna go see a program?
Have you had the ability to watch anything on the television lately?
No, dude.
You're not.
Just been
Just going
go,
home.
go.
Just working, go home,
Yep.
sleep.
Taking care of the fam.
Yeah.
Work's crazy.
What you guys got going on right now? Anything?
I've got a project, and we're finishing up this week in Green Valley, south of Tucson,
South of Tucson?
almost Nogales.
Oh my
You have to
god.
drive out there every morning?
Not every morning, no. 3 times a week at this point, but I'm gonna stay the night out there on Friday night.
Oh, you're doing one of those?
Yeah.
Oh man, beat off session.
Yeah.
Nice. What are you
Stay
gonna
in Tucson and then just drive.
What are you gonna set up? What kind of beat off station are you gonna set up?
That's a good
Candles.
question. I don't know.
You know, my brother likes to really set it up.
Candles,
Likes
icy
to
hot.
he likes to wine and dine himself.
Lay down,
Yeah, I
lay down a towel.
Candles, folding the
Increasing the
Yeah,
sections
right.
he wants.
He turns his jizz rags into origami
Yeah.
fucking things. It's like a goose sitting
dude.
there, like ready for him.
I feel like my brother needs like a lot of fans. Like he's totally naked, but just like a lot of fans blowing in all the orifices. You know, just like. as good as anything can feel. You know when you get out of the shower and like you just lay like butt naked on your bed with the fucking fan blasting?
Best in the world.
You're like, dude, if more air could just shoot up my ass, the more air up my ass, the better.
And I'll sit here for 5 hours and do this if I could.
If I could.
5 real hours.
And the crazy thing is like when you get to our age with the amount of kids we have, you can't do anything like that because the door is coming open any second.
Yeah.
Like, I can lock my door, but it's like, then if you lock the door, they're like, hello? Can I get in there now? And I'm like, just wait. You know, like, now my kids are a little bit older, but you have, like, the perfect age of kids who are just like, I'm in now.
Yeah.
You had a door. Nope.
Yep.
Do you guys even close your door?
Yep. No.
No, it's open.
Nope. It's always open.
You can't do it. They have to be at school. You could do it on, like, a lunch break.
Yeah, I could pop home real quick and
just spread your butt
feed the
cheeks.
geese and get back to work. Probably a little more calm, you know?
Feed the geese.
Yeah, I have geese. Did I not tell you that I got geese?
Shut up.
Pets.
Okay, I swear to God, I thought that was like a saying for
It
like
is.
coming.
I didn't get geese.
Okay. Ew, dude, feed the geese. Could you imagine? Like throwing ropes on geese heads. Dude, throwing ropes on geese heads. Just like feeding the geese. Dude, just like if you could get like
I don't remember where I heard it. Oh yeah.
It's an old timey one.
Yeah, it's in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh.
It's like you gotta feed the geese to keep the blood flow.
Okay. So you're gonna be there for one day?
Yeah,
down in
one day, one night. And
What's
then,
in Green Valley?
Retirees.
So it is just you go in and it smells like
Nothing. Tucson smells like shit. I had to get gas in Tucson. I was like, God, this place smells like a fucking diaper.
that's it.
Yeah.
I thought Green Valley. You pull up to Green Valley, it smells like Vaseline or I don't know, chamomile.
No, Werther's.
Werther's.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
No.
That's where the Werther's fucking factory is.
Yeah.
And it's just all old people.
Yeah, and it's
working in it.
and it's close to Mexico. It's like the signage on the freeways is in like kilometers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And so then
shit.
there's Two Back, which is close, and we went there for one of Jess's cousin's weddings. That's a beautiful place. It's like this place that you don't know about, but when you go, it's this huge retiree, beautiful landscapes,
Is it green?
nice houses. Yeah.
A lot of
Right now,
grass.
it's real fucking green.
A lot of grass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it grass or trees?
It's everything.
Okay. Geese. Gotta be.
Yeah, it's like Fern Gully.
Dude, we're getting ready. The geese are coming back. It's almost winter time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they come down from Canada.
Do you eat them?
I don't think so. Like you can probably, right, Rich?
I think you could.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing,
Probably
dude.
like duck.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like
How do you
duck-
like your goose cooked?
But no, the thing is like birds and like geese and like shit like that, they can't really eat fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Like they really eat just like seed and like grass.
Unless the ones that like fly and land in like Central Park or something.
Oh,
They're eating tampons and rubber bands.
Tampons.
rubber band.
You don't want to eat those geese.
Okay, so
Stubbing
tampons.
their feet on hair-on needles and fucking who knows.
Have you seen We're the Millers?
Yeah.
Is that where it's from?
Tampons?
Tampons.
Yeah, that's how I knew how to shallow vagina. Yeah.
It's the I okay, so a friend of mine brought to my attention that movie existed and I watched it today.
Really?
And she goes tampons and I
Yeah.
started dying
Yeah.
and then you say it tonight.
That's funny.
And
That
you even
is.
remember that she goes, that's how I knew I had a shallow vagina.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
She goes, I can't stick the dildo. She goes, it looks like a stormtrooper's dick.
Yeah. No, dude, just like
Because she couldn't get the dildo in all the way. She's like, it looks like a stormtrooper's dick.
so good, dude.
I was like, yeah, dude, this is good.
It's a good fun movie.
It is.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Jennifer Aniston, she plays a stripper.
Yeah.
And she doesn't get like naked or anything.
No.
But she is
She throws down for Pablo Chacon.
for Pablo Chacon.
Yeah.
Dude.
She's got it.
She's got it. And
She
she gets
just-
wet. She pulls down
The shower thing.
dude, and she comes down. She comes down that little crane
Yeah,
thing.
it's pretty badass.
And she pulls down her exterior panties to reveal
And then
the G-string, but
Yeah.
then pulls it right back up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you've got it.
I saw that movie like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's on TV a lot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw it on HBO fucking Max.
Yeah.
You don't? Do you have that?
Yeah.
You got it. But
I've got all the stuff to watch all this cool shit you guys talk
But
about.
you
I
watch,
just,
but you sit through. But you sit through commercials.
well, I go to bed and it's on. It's like I catch
TBS.
about 12 minutes of it, and then I'm out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because Jess and I would, once we get the kids down, we're either folding laundry or just chilling, like outside talking and just hanging out.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm more hip to watching comedy, like stand-up stuff, and she's not into it as much.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like you can probably consume most of your like comedy on like clip form through social medias, right? Mm-hmm. Like you'll get
that's where I get the majority of it.
and the reason is because your algorithm knows that you like those comedy clips, so
Yeah.
you get the Theo Von clips,
Yep.
you get the comedy clips, you probably get
Yeah.
other podcast clips, and
Yeah,
just, like,
for sure.
yeah.
And like going down to Tucson a lot, I just like listen to them.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know, like what you used to do.
Oh yeah, I am doing it again, which is lovely. I am doing it again. Oh, update! I told Taylor earlier a little update on the poo. Found this out, which I'm pretty upset and bummed about. I get it, but I'm bummed out
On the poo.
about it on the poo-poos that I'd be scooping. And apparently, the supervisors have been abusing this policy and trying to claim like 20 poo-poos like a week and stuff.
Someone abused the poo-poos?
Yeah, so somebody abused the poo-poo
Damn.
policy.
It's bound to happen.
So
I abuse those poos.
So, I had cleaned up like 8 in a pay period,
Real poos.
but like let's say 3 or 4 of them were easily scoopable, like they were in dirt, and I just used my
They were
shovel.
$50 poos.
Didn't get cred. So
No.
the work order comes in, and they go, our supervisor cleaned up human waste at this property, no charge. I was like, what? No charge? Another one came through. Our supervisor came to your property, cleaned up human waste, no charge. And I was like, something's wrong here. I go, these are clearly poo-poos. Mm-hmm. I mean, I took pictures, dude. I got the filters. I got the angles, dude. And was it easy?
The angles.
Dude, I got the angles. And I was like, what's happening
You
here?
just have a fucking camera at the end of a fucking selfie stick just for those real close.
Nah, dude, I get it. I get in there.
You get in there.
Yeah, I get
you
in
get in its breathing circle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like flies are going up my nostrils. And I'm like, oh, dude, this sucks. But it's like
For free.
I'm like, dude, come on. I'm getting 50 bones for it. Nope, not getting bones
So
for
they
it.
fucked it all up for you.
Fucked it all up. So I guess the policy is if they spray it onto like the wall and you have to like scrub it off the wall, that's a definite $50 one.
If you spray it, we pay it.
There's got to be some diarrhea.
That's in the contract.
in the
That's our slogan. Dude, I would love to do that commercial.
There's just a banner when you leave the shop that says that.
If you spray it, we pay it.
We'll pay it.
That's good. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to do that commercial.
You got any commercials coming up?
No, I did a couple of auditions. God, dude, this last one, oh my god. It's just embarrassing, some of the shit you have to do. Like the one that I'm doing, or the one that I just auditioned for, it was 2 sections of, it's basically like an online training course, or a course that maybe like you'll go to a building and there'll be like 20 people sitting in a room, and they got to learn this these different telemarketing tactics,
Like Goldies.
like Goldie, dude. Damn it! Straight up, I had to like act. I had to do this trainer voice. Here, you know what, Taylor? I'm gonna send it to you. This is how fucking ridiculous my fucking.
So the commercial was you acting as a trainer for a telemarketing firm.
Yes, and so these are the kind of like auditions I've been getting lately.
Through your agent?
Yeah, through my agent. And you know what, dude? Like, I don't really deserve to be like getting anything because I have really not been trying. I suppose you could say. Here, let me send.
You've been in that poo-poo game.
I've been in that poo-poo game, dude. It's hard to like dedicate yourself to something that's not like a sure
It's instantly
thing.
gratifying
Yes.
as picking up poo-poo.
Yeah, it's just not a sure thing. I need a check, dude. I need a check every week.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's not. It might pop up, Taylor. If it does, you can show it.
You've got just like a clip of this thing?
I just wanted to show you my last audition of what I'm telling you about
Okay.
right now. And you can see how kind of like I excel in comedic performances.
Right.
That's where you're going to get the best out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Doing like a trainer like that, the problem is there's so much more work for that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like voiceover work for fucking Haagen-Dazs ice cream. So I'll get those. And it's like, you like ice cream? We like it too. Come buy it and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But I get a ton of voiceover stuff, auditions. I've landed 0.
Right.
The other comedic roles that I've auditioned for, you don't get the juice. You don't get the juice through the tube, dude. You gotta be with me.
Right.
You gotta be right there with me. I gotta audition right in front of you. You gotta feel the energy, and then I'll get it. I feel like
These are all just footage of you like standing there doing the roles, like reading the script and in your room or somewhere just not
super nooch, super
Yeah.
neutral, and it's like the tone is. I'm not good at it yet. There are some people who fucking kill at these video auditions because they've just done it so much.
Right.
They're also more often than not a trained actor to a certain degree.
Mhm.
I have no training.
Right.
I'm just a character to a certain degree, and I can turn into kind of what comedically what you need. I can probably give you.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at remembering lines, which is not a good quality.
Yeah, they don't want that.
Right? I have 0 fucking experience. So like when there is a spot, I don't even remember what that's called. There's like you need a mark. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
There's marks. There's there's different hand move, like putting down a cup, like all that stuff. If you've been doing it for a long time, you're accustomed to that. And in fact, you might even improv or ad-lib. Unlabeled to download. That's such bullshit.
It's weird that it comes down to like the specific hand movement and everything. Because don't you feel like maybe if they just told you the gist of what they needed, you could just act it out better without all the specific body movements and things they get you to do?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I always try to think about. I'm like, I know Will Ferrell has like classical training, but I don't really know. I mean, when you watch him in a scene, I feel like 50% of it always is like him just ad-libbing.
Yeah.
And he's so good at it that they just keep it. They
Yeah.
just keep the stuff in.
Yeah.
Like trying to work with a Will Ferrell has got to be a fucking nightmare to a certain degree because you gotta not laugh.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
Those Eastbound outtakes.
Richard Carlis, and I'm with Signature.
Oh no, I wanted you to show it.
I mean, on what? You sent
Like
it
on
to
the,
my phone.
so that the people could see it.
Send it to my phone.
I sent it to your phone.
Yeah.
Just you can. Oh, you could, dude.
Send it to your.
No, Taylor, that's the worst way to do it. So my phone is just. I want to send it to the computer, but it's not.
Yeah, you sent it to my phone. There it is.
Did it pop up?
Yeah, no, it's there.
You gotta accept it. All right, Cam, go look at this. I want you to go look at it.
Okay.
This will be like the shittiest version of Cam's Corner ever. And you get to see how absolutely just upsetting it
Where
is.
is it?
It's probably in the I'll show you.
I opened it in the photos. Where? Oh. Ah. Steve. There. Make it bigger.
That's cool. Here you go, Cam. I'm so not allowed to show these, but whatever.
My name is Richard Carlise, and I'm with Signature. Welcome to the Closing the Deal module. Of course, the most important part of any sales call we make is the closing part. But before we get into that, we need to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for success. In this module, we'll be going over the script, how it works, and how and when we get to the close. First thing to note is that there are 3 products we offer: the course guide, the scorecard, and the yardage card. While the scripts are all fairly similar, there are a few differences you'll need to familiarize yourself with. For now, let's go into the normal sales script and how it works, as well as things you should do and things you should avoid. In the majority of calls you make, you'll first talk to a gatekeeper. It is the gatekeeper's job to filter out calls before they get to the owner, so here are a few things to remember. Do not say it is an advertising opportunity. Be as vague as possible. It is their job to filter out these kinds of calls. If you're getting resistance, move on. You could be spending the time making new calls and pitching an owner. Let's listen to how Virginia navigates around the gatekeeper.
Let's listen to Virginia.
Wow.
Come back over, dude. Let's talk
I
about
feel like-
that. This is this.
For work, I had to take like OSHA classes online and like
Yeah.
red light running and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like I was in one of those.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you
Let's
something.
see how Virginia fucked up.
All right, Virginia. And like, see,
Jenny!
the thing is that you would see in my face
Yeah.
that I'm like, I hate this. And so
That was just the first thing I clocked was just like, you can tell you're just like, fuck.
this is not what I want to be doing.
Right.
What I want to be doing is
Where'd
silly,
you get that shirt?
silly good. My mom got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, yeah? It looks like a shirt a guy in your position would wear. Shirt was perfect.
Dude, I didn't have a heart to tell my mom. First of all, it doesn't have any buttons. It just,
Right. It kind of
just like
flat
opens
there.
up. And I
Yeah.
hate that,
I hate
dude.
that.
I need a
You
little
need
bit
some-
of
Yeah,
yes.
you need some collar action.
Dude, I need a little bit of. I need a couple of lines. Just like flat. Yes.
It was perfect.
So when you read the description of the part, it's like it tells you the kind of dork that I was playing, and I was like, I got the fucking shirt, dude. I got this fucking
Right away,
lime
dude.
green fucking shirt. I didn't have. When I opened it up at Christmas, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'll wear this golfing, and then I was like, no, dude, I won't. I want to be. I want to be that
I'm
guy.
gonna wear this in my.
But I knew this would be perfect for this
It was
fucking
perfect.
dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I won't get that. I won't get any of the ones that are like that because I feel like some people who are doing these jobs, they are really trying to get these kind of gigs.
Yeah.
Like they're super into it in that way, and I'm just not.
What if you do?
If I got it,
Yeah. Would you? You'd hate it even more.
I mean, it's a teleprompter gig.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like when you're under the gun,
Yeah.
when the pressure is on, when you've been hired to do something, something different happens.
Yeah, you make it happen, and it's better, and
You push all
You come to
the-
work.
You come to work.
Yeah.
I'd probably do it really good.
Yeah, you would.
You know what I mean? I'd really get into that role and really do it. See, my problem is getting into the role before I've
Right.
got the part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was easier for me to get the one with Robbie Halfie
Yeah.
because they're like just dance like
Well, that was your wheelhouse.
my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, I don't even know, dude. Like, what does Jonah Hill do before he gets fucking, I want my wiener or whatever the fucking first movie. What was that movie that he was in? The Graduate? No.
Jonah Hill? You mean fucking? God.
No, Jonah Hill, dude. He's in the banana costume, and he's like, or no, he's in a hot dog outfit. He's like, who wants my wiener?
I don't know, dude.
Dude, oh God.
I think the earliest thing I saw him in was like 40-Year-Old Virgin or something.
Oh man. Well, then there was not old school.
Super bad.
Super bad. But
Was
he
that
did.
before 40-Year-Old Virgin?
But he was in this movie with the fucking dude. It was this. They're getting out of high school, and the guy doesn't have a college to go to, so he creates his own college, and he rents a building just to basically fool his parents that he's going to college because everyone's going to college, and he feels like a piece of shit, but he didn't get in anywhere. Oh, it's called Accepted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Jonah Hill's in it, and he gets accepted to like this college, and he's like in a fraternity, and like the main character like walks by, and like Jonah Hill's in that wiener costume. He's like, "Who wants my wiener?" And he's like, "What?"
That's his old, like.
He's like, "What are you doing, dude?" He's like, "Dude, I'm fucking rushing right now, dude," because he's like trying to get into a fraternity.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Where do you get those roles?
it's my question is like, did Jonah Hill have to fucking?
Wear the lime green?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, how many of those auditions
I'm
was he
sh-
doing? No.
I don't know.
I feel like here's how it went for most. They got into acting at pretty young.
Yeah.
They did school plays. So they did like fucking Hamlet and Little House on
Right.
the Prairie. I don't know if that's a musical. uh, and and they were just doing it, and then they got an agent, and they were just like a part of it for so long, and then obviously they saw that his wheelhouse was like in comedy, so they probably got him more auditions in that realm.
Yeah.
The thing with this is like I'm just this guy, dude. I am a straight up middle-aged guy,
Yeah.
Has
Dave
n-
Smith.
has no fucking exposure, no experience, no nothing. I've got one fucking cred, basically, even though I've got more than that. I've got 3 creds.
Yeah.
So they're just like giving me everything, all the different opportunities, and they're really just hoping I'll get it so that they can make money off of it. They don't give a shit about me or my career or where I'm going or what my wheelhouse is or whatever. The Rob Halfie thing, the casting director reached out to them and said, "We want him to
Oh, yeah?
audition." Yeah, just based on my look.
How about instead of sending him that, you fucking throw down some funny shit
already said
and send it to him, and then
should probably
if
start
they're
doing
gonna be like, "Yeah, that's not what we want," at least you probably made them laugh.
Yeah, I might start
You know
doing
what
that. I
you
might
know
start
what I
doing
mean?
it. There's been a couple other comedic roles though that I've had to audition for, and they're not. I'm not like it wasn't great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I watched back and I was like, this isn't funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if I saw this audition, I'd be like, next. You know?
It's because it's an audition and it's not just right there in the
Yeah.
fucking.
Like what I did realize that I'm actually pretty good at is following direction. So if there's a director with like a clear idea, if they know exactly what they're looking for, they can tell me exactly what they want. Or they can try out different things. Like, okay, be a little bit more energetic on this one. Okay, dial it back a little bit. Okay, actually do like a middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I'm usually able to execute all the different facets of whatever they're looking for. Now, when you send in just like an audition, you just that's it.
That's it, right? There's
Yeah.
no direction.
The
You're just-
only thing is if they happen to like it enough or you fit the look enough, you might do a secondary where they'll have a few notes attached to it and say, "Hey, listen, we kind of liked what you did, but here's some notes." And in that case, then you can really dial in the character.
right.
But yeah, I mean, when Steve was like, you got to keep, on the last episode,
Yeah.
when Steve was like, you got to keep acting, it's like, I don't have a passion for acting. I think I have a passion for comedic acting
Mm-hmm.
and just being silly and I would love to be in a position where I could ad-lib a little bit,
Yeah.
and do those kinds of things
Mhm.
and feel comfortable enough to do it. Because I feel like if I was in a spot where they said ad-libbing was fine, I don't know how good I don't know how much I would do it.
Right.
Because I'd just be so
'Cause,
uncomfortable.
yeah, it wouldn't be natural.
Yeah. Oh God. And imagine like, dude, countering like a Will Ferrell. Like if
Oh,
you
yeah.
if you got a part opposite Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I know. It's wild because it looks like, honestly, I think it looks easy.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's not.
But it's not.
Dude, when he's like, "Ah!" or "Ah!" damn it, the children, and he's like, and what's her fucking face? Corningstone is like right next to him, and he's like, "The children." Oh God damn it! I wish we could pull it up. Anyways, she's got to like keep a straight face while he's like going fucking off.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. You just
No.
you just sit there and fucking handle it. What's her name? Christina Applegate?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I got it.
You got Corningstone.
Corningstone and Applegate.
Yeah. You just...
The woman who was here said it's not my fault if I hit one of these cars one day.
What?
Yeah. Because she parks over there, and like I guess your guys' cars are like sticking out a little bit, and so she's letting me know that if she hits one of the cars one day,
It's not her fault.
it's not her fault. Just so you guys are aware.
Is it my car?
Probably mine.
I mean, this week it's Taylor's, but your car.
Well, you're parked right here.
Yeah, but sometimes you're parked there, and regardless, if she hits one of the cars, guess what? It is her fault. So it's like you can say that all you want,
Right.
but you're gonna need to show proof of insurance. You know? Yeah. So I don't
Does
know.
she even have insurance?
Who the fuck knows, dude? Probably. If she's got insurance, probably Geico.
That's not bad.
No, it was easy to get. No, Progressive. Maybe it's Liberty Bibberty.
Liberty Bibberty.
Liberty Bibbity. You see that commercial?
Your commercial?
No, Liberty Bibberty.
No.
Liberty Bibbity.
No.
I would love it. I would have loved that national commercial, dude. Oh, but that the one that I did with Halfie, dude, it got some fucking exposure. Yeah, it got some exposure.
Hell yeah.
I mean, did 0 for me, but well, I don't know. I don't even do. People do big roles and don't get exposure.
Right.
I mean, they get exposure. It just doesn't do anything to their career.
Right. It doesn't snowball.
No. Dudes, incredible comedians will open up big shows and people are just like, they'll laugh, but then it takes just like you at home who are watching that don't subscribe, but you watch every week, right? So you watch this far, you enjoyed it, you probably had a couple of giggles along the way. And one of the easiest things you could possibly do is subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah.
It helps us just unbelievably, and people just don't do it. So you open for like a national act, and people laugh and they enjoy it. But then the next step would be for them to like then follow that person
Look
on
'em up.
social
Yeah.
media. Maybe go see a show that they headline and maybe tell a friend about it or whatever, which costs 0 money. And in fact, you'd be telling the truth. You're like, I saw Gary Bumis and he was over there. He opened up for fucking, Dave Chappelle last week. And he was fucking awesome. I mean, you're just talking, you're telling the truth. It spreads the word. Oh, Gary Bumis. Oh, wow, Gary Bumis. And then all of a sudden, Gary Bumis, he's headlining shows in clubs around the... It's one of those fucking weird things where you could do big shit
You're right.
and nothing happens. It was not like back in the day where like if you open for like AC/DC, all of a sudden now you're big.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they used to do that. Those bands back in the day, they would sign with like a label. They'd do a little like tour for like a year. They might... And then like the label goes, you know what? They have like a pretty good hit single. Let's have them go out on tour with AC/DC.
Right.
And then they go on a full fucking tour with AC/DC.
Yep.
And now...
And then, they got legs and they're rolling.
And now they're selling fucking records. Because I just watched, there's this documentary about Skinner. Leonard Skinner. And I think it came out in like 2018 on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah. I
It's
know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I just recently watched it. It just like popped up on my Netflix queue.
Netflix
queue.
Were they taken out by someone bigger?
No, but they went on tour with, I don't remember who. It might have been like Black Sabbath or some shit. And they that was the jump off point. They fucking got massive after like doing a couple of big tours with a supporting act. Yeah. Supporting acts are like nothing anymore.
And what's weird is that it's even easier to see, like, not live, but like anything all the time. You know, then you can only see that band when they toured.
Yeah.
Now we can't have everything in front of us at all times.
Yeah, I still don't really understand. Like, I don't understand the lack of support.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it takes to convince somebody to push a button. Because there are big guys, big podcasts, and they're still pushing like,
Right.
hey, subscribe to the podcast. I notice when I look at the statistics and the logistics that 60% of people, they'll have millions of views, millions upon millions of views, 750,000 subscribers, and they're still talking to the audience like, listen, 60% of you just won't hit the subscribe button.
Right.
And for what reason, I don't know, because at that point, they're earning a living. So you subscribing, that is a clear decision that you're being like, I find you hilarious, but I'm jealous of you, and I don't want you to make any more money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What kind of it's the same kind of person that gets offended and also wants the negative in everything.
Right.
Like the people we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
That like get some sick, weird satisfaction of like shitting on
Hating,
people.
yeah.
Yes. They're the same people who are like,
No,
I'm not going to hit the subscribe button, especially because you told me to do it. I've given up. Like, I don't, whatever, dude. This has come full circle back to we get to come together every week, hopefully have a fun guest.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. There was a split second there where we start and climb up the charts a little bit, and I started to get a little ahead of myself, and I started to worry about that. Now I don't give a fuck about any of that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I clean up poo-poos, and I'm making if they're sliming on the back of a fucking
Spraying,
wall,
we're
dude.
paying.
If they're spraying, we're paying.
Oh, dude. Small World, Mike Hunt.
Oh yeah.
So Jess's coworker.
Okay.
I was talking to Jess on the phone today, and she had me on speaker, and her coworker came up. She's like, Cam, I watched your podcast with my buddy Mike on there. And he was her date to this work gala thing for Jess's company. And I met him, it was a few years ago, but like briefly.
Oh,
And
really?
it was like cocktails galore.
Yeah,
so it was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would never have been able to pick him out of a crowd again.
Yeah.
It was like super brief.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, just
Quick
hey,
encounters.
Yeah. And then and she was like, I was looking at the podcast he was on just because of him. And she's like, that's Jess's husband. That's Cam.
Yeah.
And she was like, what the fuck? And she's like, how do you know him? And I'm like, Taylor brought him in.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's just like kind of this small world full circle thing. So like we had actually met before.
And you both didn't know.
Yeah, we both didn't know.
Yeah, neither of you acknowledged it.
Yeah. So I feel better.
Yeah, it's fine, dude.
Yeah. But
No.
it was just, it's cool. She saw it because of him.
Yeah,
And
you know
I was
what?
like,
That is that weird thing. It was like when you make a thing and then put it on the internet, it does eventually somebody
someone, yeah.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
Where like there's gonna be a random person who knows Hippo,
For sure.
and they're gonna be like, "How in the fuck is Hippo on this
Yeah.
random fucking podcast that
For
has
sure.
16 views? Like, what is this?"
Yeah.
And they have like a full production.
Yeah.
You know?
What did Hippo,
What is
what did Hippo get into?
Was he captured? Like, did we fucking put a
Kind of.
I mean, we kind of did. We put a fucking thing over his head and threw him in a van.
In a black van and brought him in here.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like at this point we get in here and we just get
Yeah.
to enjoy each other for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's it. And I don't need it to be anything else. And I mean, it would be cool. It always would be cool.
Yeah.
Because I still listen to so much podcasts, and it is possible to earn a living doing it. I mean, fucking Bobby Lee, who you don't really know that well, but like he's so big in the community now. Over the last couple of years, his popularity is like skyrocketed, and it's from his podcast.
And how many podcasts has he done?
So many.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the reason. So what happened is he's been a part of the comedian community for 25 fucking years. So what happened was he started going on these other bigger podcasts and bringing more and more people to his podcast by promoting his podcast. So that's what happened with me. I knew who Bobby Lee was.
How many other podcasts have you done?
We've done 0, yeah. We've done 0 other podcasts.
Right. That's, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't promoted it at all.
So you just
Yeah.
You could find some people that have a podcast.
I
And go on
wonder.
theirs.
That would be fun.
I honestly don't know if I. Well, yeah.
No, you just
I don't-
look up Arizona podcast and be like, hey.
You don't know if you'd go on a podcast.
No. Now that I think about it, like Hippo is probably thinking like, why do these motherfuckers want me on here?
Yeah.
I probably would have that same.
Yeah, it's just to build the community.
Yep.
And when we first started this thing, I figured we would lock into like another couple of other podcasts or whatever, but it just never really unfolded.
Because
that
I
way.
still get people that come up to me and tell me that
they love
they
it.
listen to it and they love it.
Yeah.
A banker at one of the banks we remodeled came up to me and said, "I
rando?
listened to your podcast."
Oh, because
well, I
he
talked
knew
to
you.
him, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm there a lot.
The content is
But I didn't tell her about it.
yeah. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, she just found it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude.
Which
I
is
don't-
kind of wild. And
It is
cool,
kind of wild.
but
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's like a slow thing.
I believe in the content, and what I just don't believe in people. You know, I believe in the content, and then I haven't really, done as much as I could do. There are some people who take this stuff so serious,
Yeah.
to like the 10th degree, and they still only get like a
Right.
couple thousand views.
You
it's
got
still-
another iron in the fire too.
Yeah, but again, it's like there's just a base of people that know who we are.
Right.
And I think ours has slowly gone down just because people have seen it, for like a
Yeah.
year and a half. It's the people who continue to watch are actual fans.
Right.
Not just like friends and family. You know what I mean? When you have a fan like Mark, and we'll shout him out again. This Mark dude from fucking Canada.
Yeah.
He watches every single episode, and dude, I see your comments on YouTube, dude. I fucking am busy, and I can't always message back and stuff. And
Cleaning poops.
I'm cleaning poo-poos, Mark. But like, I don't want to call him a fan because that seems a little like distant or like trying to like separate. Because why would, dude? You're not if you were in town, you would be just a friend. The only reason I call him a fan is because we don't know this guy at all. He just found it.
Unbiased. It's just like he likes what
He just enjoys. He likes. You know what he likes? He likes that we just sit and hang out, and he feels like he's one of the guys.
That's
And
perfect.
that's what and if we just had 10,000 marks, we could quit our jobs.
Yeah.
If we had 10,000 marks every week, we could quit our jobs. Because 10,000 marks would turn into 20,000 marks, which would turn into 40,000 marks. And then by that time, we have a little something called
Malarkey.
advertising.
I was.
You got to have ads. You got to be spitting ads
When was
for
the last time you checked our email?
every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it notifies me. We have not received. The only one we received was that email that I read the other night, which was he goes, "You've changed."
Oh, really?
We got an email from somebody that's just like, "You've changed."
It's because we're not
You
doing
know,
drunken
who's it
sailor, and
from?
we're not doing bag of hats, and
I
we're
get-
not doing all the games and shit.
Maybe we got to bring them back
Yeah, maybe we do
next week.
Sure.
We'll bring back some games next week.
Yeah. Why not?
All right, we've done it. We did it.
Yeah. Think so.
1 hour and 1/2,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. I mean, we started at 9, I think. All right,
Good
dude.
hang, bro.
That was
Good
fun.
start to the week.
Yeah, I mean, what did we talk about? Who knows? Oh, the name of the episode. You spray it.
We'll pay it.
We pay it.
We pay it or we'll pay it.
You spray it. We pay it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta write it down
Yeah.
because I'll ask you tomorrow and you'll go, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Or just yeah.
You
Dude,
spray- What?
you asked me what we came up with last week.
What?
Fuck.
Steve knew it.
He
Right?
did?
Yes, dude.
Oh,
He
dude.
knew it, and I was like, dude,
That
that's
was a
good.
struggle.
Y'all was pretty boozed
We had
up
a little. We overcorrected a little bit
a little bit.
that night.
I'll straight up. I maintained.
Oh, that's because you got that proper 12 tolerance, son.
But then directly following,
Yeah.
I didn't maintain.
Yeah.
I left the planet.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Oh, yeah,
But
that
through
next
the whole
day was.
Stevenson, I felt like it was so fun to have him.
Well, he had the fear the next morning because not only did he feel like garbage, he thought that maybe he said some shit that like he
No.
wishes he didn't.
Did
and
he?
then he listened back and he's like, "All right,
He was fine.
I feel good. I didn't say anything stupid.
No.
I'm like, well,
But y'all were slurries. You guys
Slurpees.
were mixed slurries. Mixed Slurpees. All right, dude.
Gadzooks.
Love
All right,
you.
doggy. Love you,
We
buddy.
thank you guys for participating and just watching and listening to the episode. Dick and Boonies podcast. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We can't believe you stank out. We can't believe you hanged out. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you again.